All right, so Joe Biden gave people on the left a little bit of hope last week, and then he immediately collapsed, imploded, folded, and made everybody feel dumb for having even just a teeny-weeny, eensy ounce of hope. So he came out and said something along the lines of, listen, don't even bother sending the bipartisan infrastructure deal to my desk if the reconciliation bill doesn't get to my desk. So in other words, I'm not signing that reconciliation. I'm not signing the bipartisan one if the reconciliation one doesn't get there. I care about both bills, and I either sign them both or I sign none of them. That was the implication of what he was saying. It was a very clear veto threat. Well, then, after the Republicans saw that, and they whined, and they bitched, and they moaned, and they cried, and they went on TV, this is unfair, Biden comes out, and we get this. At a press conference after announcing the bipartisan agreement, I indicated that I would refuse to sign the infrastructure bill if it was sent to me without my family's plan and other priorities, including clean energy. That statement understandably upset some Republicans who do not see the two plans as linked. They are hoping to defeat my family's plan and do not want their support for the infrastructure plan to be seen as aiding passage of the family's plan. My comments also created the impression that I was issuing a veto threat on the very plan I had just agreed to, which was certainly not my intent. Completely backs down, completely implodes, completely folds. He's literally saying, no, I mean, I agree to the plan, so no matter what, I'm going to sign the bipartisan plan. But you were just saying that it has to come with the reconciliation plan, or you're not going to sign it. Now you're saying, my comments also created the impression that I was issuing a veto threat on the very plan I had just agreed to, which was certainly not my intent. Now, listen, there is a technical way that Biden can try to weasel out of this, which is Pelosi apparently said, if one of the bills gets to your desk, both of them are getting to your desk. Like, we literally won't even vote on the bipartisan one if the Senate doesn't take up the partisan one. So that's Pelosi saying, you'll either get neither of the bills to your desk or you'll get both of the bills to your desk. So Biden, if somebody were to call him out to his face about this, he might say, here's what you don't understand. I'm either going to get both or I'm going to get none. So I'm either signing them both or I'm signing none. So he could make that argument. But what is very clear is that in terms of rhetoric, this is a white flag to the Republicans. The rhetoric is, oh, if I upset you, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Please still support the bipartisan deal. Here's why this is inexcusable to me. The bipartisan deal is fucking trash. It's trash. I'd wipe my ass with that bipartisan deal. Are you kidding me? It privatizes large swaths of our infrastructure. It hands it over to Wall Street. Like, we covered the details of this the other week. The thing is a mess. It's also, by the way, regressive because it raises taxes on working people. I don't want to raise taxes on working people. The Republicans pretend like they're in favor of tax cuts, but apparently they're not in favor of tax cuts for regular people. They're only in favor of tax cuts for the wealthy. This bill raises taxes on regular people with the gas tax, and it's a privatization scheme. So, listen, if I'm Biden, I would have just probably not said anything, and then in the event that both got to my desk, I'd sign the partisan one and not sign the bipartisan one. And I'd be like, yeah, this is trash. Here, take it. I don't care that you passed a bipartisan deal. What are the details of the deal? If the details are bad, why would I sign it? Why would I sign it? Just to say, I did something bipartisan. You could, in a bipartisan way, agree to torture. Does that make torture good? No. I mean, it's just one example, but we can go on and on here. Obviously, you guys know they always agree to, in a bipartisan way, to deregulate Wall Street and to start more war. Doesn't mean they're good. So I'd veto the bipartisan deal, and I'd sign the partisan deal. But listen, here's the thing that nobody's saying, and I don't know why nobody's saying it. Again, this is one of those weird things where everybody in political media agrees to do kabuki theater. I don't think this two-bill approach, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Because I'm not sure you're going to pass either one, the bipartisan one or the partisan one. And I never understood the idea from the beginning. It just seemed like a pipe dream from the very beginning. I don't think you're going to get like Sinema and Manchin to agree to a bipartisan deal and then also get them to agree to a partisan deal, which has a lot of the stuff that they say they don't want. So if you were going to do this, you should have done it in one bill. And again, I hate to be a broken record here, but I'm a broken record for a reason. Biden should have done the carrot or stick approach with Sinema and Manchin and the 7 or 8 other Democrats who are a thorn in his side and let him know, no, you're going to vote for my agenda. We're going to come up with a bill that's somewhat palatable, and then you're going to vote for my agenda. And if you don't, you're going to regret it. If you do vote for it, I'm going to be your best friend, and you're going to love the perks that come along with that. I mean, that's what he had to do, but he's not doing that. He's not being LBJ. He's not being FDR. He's acting a lot more like Obama than he thinks he is. And so I don't think this plan is going to work, and you already have cracks in the foundation. You already have plenty of lawmakers speaking up like, this isn't going to work, and I'm not going to be for this. All right, well, if you can't cobble together a coalition, then you're not getting anything done. And I think that's where we're going to be. So now it's adding insult to injury. You know, the injury is not getting anything through. The insult is you also came out there like a cuck and said to Republicans, please don't be mad at me. I'm sorry I said the thing that was the correct thing to say. Of course the correct thing to say was like, I know they're separate bills, but I'm only signing them if both of them come to me. Duh, that was the original idea. You can't be like, the original idea, did I say? I'm reiterating the original idea of this thing? Why would I do that? No, I'm against the original idea of this thing, maybe. Beta shit, man. Beta shit.